Hey guys, how's it going? How was your beautiful day going on this beautiful day? Today we have the 2025 wide receiver tier list. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I have made a quarterback and a running back tier list already, so if you haven't seen those, go check those out. And here we go for our wide receiver tier list. All right, first up we have A.D. Mitchell, or Adonai Mitchell, whatever you would like to call him. So what they do not have on here is Josh Downs, and I think that Josh Downs is more deserving of a spot on this tier list at this point than Adonai Mitchell. A.D. Mitchell is a great wide receiver. I just think that Josh Downs deserves it more. So this A.D. Mitchell part is going to be Josh Downs, and I think Josh Downs is a solid number 2. As far as A.D. Mitchell goes, I'm not really sure where I'd put him. I think maybe okay or solid number 2, or maybe even the potential is there, but right now I don't know. He didn't get a lot of playing time in his rookie year, and when he did, he didn't get a lot of the ball. Josh Downs, though, was very solid. I think he was a solid number 2. I just don't think he's ever going to be better than that, though. I think he has some good big playability, which makes him a solid number 2, and I kind of think that that's it for him. Next, we have Davante Adams. I still think that Davante Adams is in the elite tier. He is an elite route runner. I understand he's a little bit on the older side, but he's still very skilled at his position. And I know this says the Raiders. I don't know why it still says the Raiders. I think this was made at the beginning of this season, but it is the only one that I have that was even close for 2025 wide receivers. So this is what we're working with. I think he's a very solid receiver, and I think he is a part of the best still. Jordan Addison is in the just below elite tier. He is an amazing number 2 wide receiver right now. I think he could be number 1 on any other team, and he set up a perfect situation over there for Sam Darnold this season to go off, and for Kevin O'Connell to have a very good offense still. I think that just Jordan Addison is a just below elite. Brandon Ayuk, I'm going to put down in the potential is there. I still think a couple years ago he had a fantastic season, and then last season was bad before he got injured, and then he got injured, which it's a tough injury to see for a guy like Brandon Ayuk. But we have seen the potential for Brandon Ayuk to be a very good wide receiver and to be even a possible number 1 option on a team. I really think he has the potential to still be that for a team. But right now, he's teetering between the potential is there and a solid number 2. So we need to see a good season from him. A.J. Brown is in the elite tier. He is a fantastic wide receiver. He was amazing in the playoffs. He's probably the best wide receiver there is in the league at tracking the ball in the air. Fantastic wide receiver, definitely goes in the elite tier. Brian Thomas Jr., I'm going to put in the just below elite tier. He was absolutely amazing this season. He was one of the best wide receivers in the league, and he was only a rookie. I'm not going to put him in that elite tier just because he is a rookie, and I don't think first season you're going to get to that elite tier just quite yet, but he definitely deserves to be in that just below elite tier. Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner. He is obviously, I think he's the best receiver in the league. It's between him and Justin Jefferson every single year. This year it was him. He is obviously going to be in that elite tier. Keon Coleman, I think he could be a solid number 2 for his career. I don't see him being better than that, if I'm being perfectly honest, from what I saw this year. He's just not an all-around guy. He kind of has his niche. He kind of has his niches in his game. And maybe he could totally surprise me and he could be in a higher tier in the next year. But right now, I think he is going to be a solid number 2 for his career. That's always good for a wide receiver. Nico Collins obviously goes in this elite tier. He was fantastic when he played and one of the best wide receivers in the league. Amari Cooper, I think, is another solid number 2 wide receiver in the league now. He's not a number 1. He can't carry the load as a number 1 wide receiver anymore. But I think he could be a very solid number 2 for any team looking for one right now. Curtis Samuel, I think, is okay. I think he could be a great number 3 option or a great slot wide receiver, and he can make plays when you need someone to make plays, but I think that's kind of it for him. Deebo Samuel now is a Washington Commander. I think he could be a solid number 2. I think that's kind of where he is right now. A gadget guy, a solid number 2. He was great for one season, but all he's done is regress, and he's never had a season like he had in 2021. If he can return to 2021 Deebo, then that'll be fantastic. I just don't see it happening. I think he's a solid number 2 wide receiver. Tank Dell was okay when he played. He was not amazing. I'm just not sure where I see Tank Dell to keep rising. I kind of see if he's at where he's at. I think he's a number 3 wide receiver for a team. I'm not sure about a number 2 even anymore, especially with these pretty bad injuries that he's had in back-to-back seasons. Next, we have Devontae Smith, who's going to go in the just below elite tier. He is a fantastic wide receiver once again. He does have a little bit of an issue sometimes with catching the football. He's a great wide receiver. I just don't put him on that elite tier. Next, we have Stephon Diggs, who I think could be a solid number 2 on any NFL team right now. Yes, he tore his ACL, but I still think he could be, like I said, a solid number 2. I don't think he can carry the load as much as he could in the prime of his career, especially coming off of an ACL tear. But I think he's a great decision for someone to take as a complementary piece for a football team. I think this is Deontay Johnson, because Xavier Legette is the other Panther on here. So I'm going to say this is Deontay Johnson, and he's just bad. I don't have to explain that one at all. DJ Moore. It's hard to say what he's going to be. I'm going to put potential as there because he shows flashes of amazingness every single season, but he's also had very bad character issues where it looks like he doesn't even want to be on the field. It looks like he doesn't want to put effort in for his team at all. And that's just not a quality you want to see from a guy that you want to be your starting wide receiver. So yeah, DJ Moore has the potential to be very, very good. And I think he's shown that throughout his career, but he's actually got to do it. He's actually got to do it. And I'm going to put DK Metcalf on the same tier for a similar reason, and the fact that I think that he could be one of the better wide receivers in the league. He just, every season, he kind of underperforms as far as yardage goes, and he has a few good games where he's absolutely fantastic, and then maybe he's injured, or maybe he just underplays in some games. So I'd just like to see better from him in the future, which is why I put him in the potentials there. All right, next we have Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson is getting like that third role. I'm gonna put him in okay, because I still have hope for the potential of Jahan Dotson right now. And here's the thing, I'm actually gonna switch this. So Jahan Dotson right now is the third wide receiver on the Eagles, and they do not have De'Ami Brown on here. Yeah, because this tier list was clearly made before the season started. They didn't know he was gonna have a big role, and I understand. So this is De'Ami Brown. I understand that it shows Jahan Dotson, but De'Ami Brown deserves to get ranked in this tier list because he played a lot of time for the Commanders this year, putting him in the solid number 2 rank because I think that he really can be a solid number 2, and he really was a solid number 2 this year. Next, we have Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs, the potential is there. We've seen it every single year where he has stretches of flashes of being number 1 possibility receiver, and I think on a different team he could get there. There's just so much uncertainty with who wants to take the starting and take the number 1 role over there in Green Bay that I just think might be holding him back a little bit. So I'm going to put him in the potential is there. Mike Evans is just below elite. I think that's kind of where he's been his entire career. I don't think he's ever been a top 5, top 10. Well, maybe top 10, but like I don't think he's ever been part of the top of the top. But he's always been just a consistent, just below elite great receiver. Next, we have Garrett Wilson. The potential is 100% there. His route running is very good. His playmaking ability is very, very good. I think it's just system where he's kind of gotten messed up in. So I'd like to see Garrett Wilson in a different system. Maybe he can do it with the Jets. Maybe he cannot. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But the potential 100% is there. Chris Godwin is a solid number 2. I think he always has been for his career. Sometimes he creeps into these higher tiers, but I think what his role is, I think we're into the part of Chris Godwin's career where we kind of know what his role is he is just one of the better number 2s in the league, and that's kind of what he is, and that's what he was this season before he got injured. He was very good before he got injured this season. T. Higgins, the potential is there. Actually, I'm going to put him in just below elite. I think next year he could be in the elite tier, actually. I think it's very, very possible. He's the perfect number 2 for a team. DeAndre Hopkins is okay now. He's nothing special. I mean, he dropped a wide open pass in the Super Bowl. He's just not DeAndre Hopkins anymore. Jacoby Myers, I think, could be a solid number 2 on any team. He was decent this year, but I just don't think he's a number 1 wide receiver. He's definitely not a number 1. I'll give him number 2 though, because he does perform decently in the reps that he does get. Jalen Polk was bad. I don't care that he's a rookie. He didn't get, I think, did he get a catch this year? Maybe 1, maybe 2. I don't know. He was bad. Then Jameson Williams, I think is just below elite. He was absolutely fantastic this year. Had an amazing year. He's so speedy and so explosive. So it is fun to watch him play. Definitely in the just below elite tier. Is this not Jalen Polk then? Is this Jalen Reagor? So I'm guessing this one's Jalen Polk. So that he goes there. I don't know who this is. I think this is actually Jermaine Burton, the new wide receiver over there, who showed a couple flashes, but I'm gonna only put him in okay because he has some character issues that I saw that he had a problem with. So he's just gonna go in okay. Jerry Jeudy, I'm going to put him in solid number 2. I think he could be a very, very solid number 2 for any team right now. He just has a catching issue. That's what he's had his whole career. And yeah, he's had some great games, and I think he was like top 10 in receiving yards this year, actually. So I think he could move up. He could definitely move up tiers, but I think right now, I don't think he could be a number 1 wide receiver on a good team, if I'm being honest. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 100% the potential is there. He is a fantastic wide receiver. Every time he gets like starting, every time he's like the number 1, or even when he's not the number 1, he puts up crazy numbers. I think he definitely will be in the elite or just below elite in very, very quick amount of time. Justin Jefferson, no debate there. Keenan Allen is okay. He makes some crazy plays. I'm not going to put him in just not very good yet. I think maybe next season he could be in that tier, but he's made some great plays this season, and I don't think it's his fault that he had a bad season. It was a terrible, terrible system and a rookie quarterback. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and put him in okay. Christian Kirk is just not very good. I think he could maybe be a 3rd wide receiver on the team, but I mean, let's just be honest, he's just not very good. Cooper Kupp is honestly, I think he's moved down to this solid number 2 tier as well. I think he could be a number 2 on any team. I just don't think Cooper Kupp can be a number 1 anymore. CeeDee Lamb also is in that elite tier. He's a great wide receiver. Xavier Legette, I'm going to put him in okay. He had a lot of crucial drops this season, but he could be very good if he fixes his hands issue. Drake London is in just below elite. He was fantastic this season. He just keeps getting better and better and better. And I think he is a fantastic wide receiver. I think this is going to be Luke McCaffrey, which I'm just going to put in just not very good. He didn't have, I'll put him in okay because he didn't have a bad season and he is a rookie. So I guess I'll put him in okay. Malachi Corley is just not very good, especially because he cost them a game. But I mean, I just don't think he's that great. I'm not going to put him in bad because I think he had his moments where he looked better than bad. Xavier Worthy, the potential is there. He was a rookie and he was very solid, but we also don't know. And I also don't know if he's going to ever be better than just a number 2 option on a team. He could be. The Super Bowl for him was kind of garbage time, but at the same time, he played well himself. So I'll give him that. We'll see where he goes. I don't know. My projection for him is probably a solid number 2 or a number 3. Lad McConkey is going to go right beside Brian Thomas in that just below elite tier. They both had absolutely fantastic rookie years at the wide receiver position, and they earned their spot here very, very early. Terry McLaurin goes in that elite tier as well. He was fantastic this season. He solidified himself as a number 1 in the league. He is teetering though between the just below elite tier and the elite. He could very well move down in next year. We don't know. But I don't think that's going to happen, especially now that he has a number 1 quarterback, or he has a very good quarterback to make him a number 1 wide receiver. Marvin Harrison was okay. He was not that good this season compared to the rest of the rookie wide receivers, and he was supposed to be the best one, but he was definitely not. I don't think that that's going to be the rest of his career. I think he has potential to climb higher in the ranks, but he's not as good as any of these other wide receivers above him yet. Marvin Mims, I'm going to put him in the solid number 2. I think he could be a solid number 2 on any team, especially the Broncos. I think he could be a solid number 2 or even 3 gadget guy for us or any team that he ends up on, and I hope he stays with the Broncos because I love me some Marvin Mims. Wide receiver, I don't think he can be a number 1 on any team. I really don't think that is a possibility for him. So solid number 2 is, I think, a great spot for Marvin Mims. Malik Neighbors is going to go in the same tier as these 3 other rookie wide receivers. This year was a absolutely amazing year for rookie wide receivers. Lad McConkey, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas all were fantastic wide receivers this year, all in the running for the offensive player of the year. And I think all 3 of them could be on that elite tier next year. I'm not sure, but right now they are all pretty damn close. They are in that just below elite tier. Rome Odunze, I'm also going to put on the same tier. tier as Marvin Harrison, another guy who really didn't get a lot of opportunity this year. Was decent when he did get opportunity, but I can't put him in higher than okay after this season. Chris Olave, the potential is there if he can just stay healthy. So many concussions for him, but when he does play, he is a fantastic wide receiver. One of the best jump ball wide receivers in the league. I think at one point he was in that just below elite tier, but with all these injuries, it's caused me to kind of put him down, and that potential is there because we don't know how he's going to come out of these injuries and stuff like that. Joshua Palmer, just not very good. I don't think there's much I have to go through there. He's just not better than that. George Pickens is a tough one to rank. I'm going to put in the potential is there because he has the potential to be a number one wide receiver. But the character issues, and is he actually going to get to that potential with the quarterbacks that the Steelers keep getting him? I have no idea. Michael Pittman, I think could be a solid number 2 wide receiver on the team. I don't think he's a starter. I just don't think he's a number 1. Puka Nacua has moved himself into the elite tier this year. He was one of the best wide receivers in the league. In fact, I think he was top 3 of having one of the best seasons, even though he was injured half the year. He was absolutely fantastic. He made some catches this year that were absolutely mind-boggling. He is a fantastic wide receiver, and he earned himself into the elite tier. Jaden Reed the potential is there. He's shown flashes of being the number 1. He's also shown flashes of not even being close to the number 1. So I don't know. I think you could also put Christian Watson in this tier. I think all of the Green Bay wide receivers are all really, except for Dontavian Wicks, are all kind of in that same, like they could all be the number 1. But who really is? I don't know. I guess since we mentioned Dontavian Wicks, I will also rank him, and I just don't think he's very good, if I'm being honest. Dontavian gets open, but he doesn't catch the football. I don't think that Dontavian Wicks is that great of a wide receiver, in my personal opinion. Rashee Rice, I think he's going to go right along Xavier Worthy. Either one of them could be the number 1 wide receiver on that team, and I think one of them will at some point. But I think at the end of the day, both of them are going to end up in that solid number 2 rank. I think they have the potential to be at number 1. They have the physical trait. I just don't think that they will, but because they have the potential to do so, that's why they go in the potential is there. Calvin Ridley had a decent second half of the season, but I just don't think he's a number 1. I think he was so perfect when he was next to Julio Jones. After that, I just don't think he's a number 1 wide receiver on his own. Roman Wilson. I mean, we don't know. I'm going to put him in don't know because I don't know if he'll be good or not. I just don't know who he is. This one, I don't know if he'll be good or not. Khalil Shakir can be a solid number 2 on any team. He was fantastic. He had to be the number 1 this year, and he was good at playing a number 1 role, sort of. But I think he is a solidified number 2 for any team that needs one. I just don't think he can be carrying the load number 1 role type of guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously in the elite tier. That one I shouldn't have to argue over. Obviously, he is an elite wide receiver. Courtland Sutton I think he could be a solid number 2 also. We're this far into his career. I just don't think the potential is I don't think that we can see more of him anymore. That's why there's no potential there. And he's not in the just below elite tier. He's not on the tier of those guys. He had a 1,000-yard season, and I love Courtland Sutton myself, but I just do not think he's a number 1 wide receiver. I just do not think he is. And I don't think he has the potential to be. He was good this season. Again, but I just got to reiterate, I don't think he is a number 1 wide receiver on a solid football team. Troy Franklin, we're going to put in the okay tier. Again, another rookie who had a rough start to his career. Didn't get a lot of opportunity, but when he did, he didn't play that well, if I'm being honest. A lot of dropped passes from Troy Franklin. He was able to get open. So if he could catch the ball, he could be in that potential is there tier. Tyreek Hill, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what kind of season he had. He is still an elite wide receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if I add any more, someone's going to have to move down. But these are my top 10 wide receivers right now. Jalen Waddle, the potential is there. He's getting close. If he has another season like he had this season, he's moving down the ranks very quick. But I got to say that the potential is there because he's still young. And 2 seasons ago, he was a very good wide receiver, but he has just gone like this since that season. So I have to immediately see improvement from Jalen Waddle. Otherwise, he is definitely going down in these ranks, and he's going down fast. Did I say this was Xavier Worthy? That's Hollywood Brown. Whoops. Well, I guess I'm fixing that now. Hollywood Brown actually is a solid number 2. I don't think he'll ever be a number 1. I'm sorry. Hollywood Brown is just not a number 1. Xavier Worthy is the one I was talking about. He can be there. Hollywood Brown, though, we've seen enough of him. He's not a number 1 wide receiver. Zay Flowers, the potential is there. He has had some amazing seasons. He has had some amazing games. I think he can be a very well number 1, and I think he's teetering on that just below elite tier. If he has another season like he did this year, he's 100% locked himself in that just below elite tier. But we got to see more of him. That is my list so far. My elite tier consists of who I think are the top 10 wide receivers in the league right now. Jamar Chase. I think Justin Jefferson is number 2. A.J. Brown is number 3. Amon-Ra is number 4. CeeDee Lamb. Or no, Nico Collins is number 5. Actually, I'd probably put Nico Collins number 3. So I'd probably put Jamar, Justin, Nico, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua. Actually, I think Puka Nacua is up here. I'd probably go Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and then Terry McLaurin will round out the top 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next tight end ranking. I will see you guys in the next one.